running a business isn't for the faint-hearted, and I'm learning that every day.
So yeah, pretty straightforward little cleanup.
Say hi to the camera.
Hello. Where did we end up? The wrong place, anyway.
For reference, we're looking at office containers. We want exclusive content. What is the market right now?
A lot of people think maybe now's not the right time to sell, but I don't think there's a wrong time to sell.
And how do they wire up? Is it just like a plug in the...
Yeah, so you'll see a little socket up there.
Ah, I got you, okay.
West Coast hot smoked salmon. Here's one I prepared a little earlier.
Oh my god, thank you very much. Don't insult me, I challenge you. I don't, actually don't. He's back! Not missed the camera? No. Why not? Did you have a good time? Did you miss us?
Aye.
He's lying.
No, I watched all the videos.
First pull. Well, it runs. Big sticks, eh?
Aye.
We loaded them on yesterday. God, what a weight. It was like animal. Animal. Good morning. It is Monday the 2nd of February, I believe. Guys have just left the yard. We are blessed to have Damian back today after his 2-week adventure over to Salzburg, I think he was. Back to full kind of strength. Apart from Ed. Ed comes in on Tuesdays. He also came and helped us yesterday. So that was good of Ed. Thank you, Ed. We did a tree that we were supposed to do last weekend, but it got cancelled because of the storms. Managed to get that knocked out yesterday. The guys were just unloading the logs from there. We also managed to sell a trailer load of chips. Nice little bonus. So yeah, yesterday went pretty good. Damian and Kyle are away to a tidy up job in Aviemore. Basically just a spring tidy, late winter spring tidy of a garden of a regular customer that we maintain through the summer. Trim back some shrubs, trees, and just have a general tidy up of the beds, just the grounds. And also they've got the roller mower there to cut the grass. So Mike and Tommy are heading back to the Tom and Towel job to crack on with that. They're going to be putting the path in, moving some type 1, getting that spread and compacted. Good start to Monday. See what the rest of the day brings. Now then, it is around 11 o'clock. I dropped off the chipper to the mechanic because the anti-stress system isn't working on it. Those that don't know, if you're chipping a big bit of wood, it stops the infeed rollers pulling the wood in to allow the chipper time to actually chip the wood and throw it out. Basically stops it, lets it throw it out, pulls it in again, lets it throw it out. Probably the worst analogy of what it actually does ever, but basically it's an anti-stress system, so it reduces the stress on the chipper when you're chipping massive amounts of wood. That stopped working yesterday, so I had to kind of do that manually, and then the chipper packed in at the end of the job, thankfully, when I think a belt's gone. Dropped that off in the mechanic, picked up the leaf vacuum that we've got, and I've dropped it off to the guys Aviemore. Kyle and Damian are doing a tidy up job, so they can use the leaf vac to clear the debris. I'm now on my way to Inverness. Going to be looking at an office container at Ord Industrial Supplies. Go and see what it looks like, what they're saying about it, how much it is, etc. Because I'd like to maybe try and get the ball rolling for taking on someone. Because it's so easy to say, yes, I'm going to do it, yeah, we'll do that, and then before you know it, a couple of months have gone past, the season's about to kick off, you're chasing your tail, you haven't done anything. Definitely trying to get better at the whole procrastinating thing. Weather-wise, it should be a pretty good week, all things considered. It's going to be quite mild, so therefore, hopefully no frost and snow. Allows us to crack on with more of a variety of work. Certain jobs, like the one that Kyle and Damian are at just now, couldn't be done last week because there was frost, snow on the ground, a lot of juggling at this time of year, which is a bit frustrating, but got to be done. Got to keep the ball moving and keep pushing forward. We had quite an expensive week last week, paid a big tax bill and also the wages on Friday. It would be good to start replenishing the bank account again. January is a bit of a slog for everyone, I believe. It certainly was for us. Glad to see the back of it now. We're into February, see what that has to offer us. Say hi to the camera.
Hello.
Picked up Travis, he's coming up for a run to do a viewing for me. What are we viewing?
So Ben's been looking to buy his first house, so we had a coffee this morning, having a wee discussion about that. He's heading up to Muirvord, where I've sold a few in the past, so he asked about what to come up. So here I am. We ended up, where did we end up? The wrong place, anyway, in Muirvord. This is looking a bit more like it. Yeah.
For reference, we're looking at office containers. I think I've already mentioned that. How's the market looking right now, Travis?
It's a question I get asked every day, but I'm going to start doing monthly market updates on my Instagram. Yeah, so working on that at the moment, working on some new content. But yeah, I'm going to give you all a market update because, as I say, it's a question everybody asks.
Right, we want exclusive content right now. What is the market like right now?
It's great. Things are selling fast, things are selling for overvaluation. That's what everybody wants, right? Well, sellers.
Not the buyers.
Yeah, the sellers. A lot of people think maybe now's not the right time to sell, but I don't think there's a wrong time to sell. Right now there's not as many properties in the market, so you've got less competition, so the people looking to buy, you know, you're getting a better
and
price.
what about for like first time buyers? How difficult is it for them right now? Like me?
Interest rates are obviously still sitting a little bit higher than we'd probably like, but the majority of the market at the moment is first time buyers. It's like 35-36% of the market, just with the government changing ADS and different things as well for investors. Additional dwelling stamp, like stamp duty. Yeah, that went from 6% to 8% overnight, so investors maybe aren't quite as on it at the moment, shall we say, giving the first time buyers a better opportunity, like you. I'm still not saying that.
Here we are. And how do they wire up? Is it just like a plug in the...
Yeah, so I'll show you the outside, sorry. So you'll see a little socket up there.
Ah, got you, okay.
So
I am back on the road again. I'm just heading back to the job that Damian and Kyle are at to see how they're getting on. So the containers, office blocks that we looked at, there was quite a variety there to look at, and basically everything was kind of for sale. And we were just kind of trying to find the best sort of condition one, depending on the price as well. He's going to get back to me with what he's got and what he can do with the prices, and obviously getting it delivered to the yard. Initially we were only looking for a 20 footer because of the yard size, but there was 32 foot jack leg ones there, and they are quite big, but if there was a way that we could accommodate that, then I think that would be the way forward, because I'd ideally like somewhere for the guys to be, as well as an office for someone. Some of these had like different, like an office on one side and a slightly bigger one on the other side, so depending on what kind of setup we needed, it would be good to get like a little sort of canteen area, kind of sort of somewhere the guys can have their kit and everything. Ideally I'd have a separate one of like with toilets and facilities and everything, but one step at a time. So we'll see what they come back with, and we'll go and work out what we can do in the yard for space, because it is getting quite tight. Ideally I'd like to get all the IBC cages out of the yard, because they are just taking up space and they're not serving a purpose apart from storing the wood, which is obviously important, but they're sitting there drying. That's all they're doing. So potentially have got another little yard outside of my yard that we could get. Still waiting to kind of hear with that. In the meantime, we've just kind of got to do with what we've got. So yeah, just had an update from Mike and Tommy. They're getting on fine in Tom and Towel. The path is pretty much in round the side of the house. We've dug it down to the correct depth that we need. Also added type 1 to bring up the levels in certain areas. So around the decking's all sort of done. It's ready for like gravel to go in once it's been compacted. We've also just ordered a lorry load of topsoil, so that will be for the lawns and the raised beds. I've ordered 20 ton. I'll see how far it goes. I'm not sure if we'll need more or not, but I'm sure we'll definitely need 20 ton anyway. So I've just got a lorry to come in and deliver that. So yeah, this kind of milder spell has been good for that. It's currently 10 degrees, spitting with rain at the moment, but it's not frozen, so we're just kind of trying to take the opportunity as we can to get going with this job, because we've been there for quite a while now. I'd really like to try and get pushed on with it and get wrapped up. We still need to wait for the builder to install the ramp, and then also the heat pump that the previous builder, the one who built the house, had installed. The concrete pad that they put it on is failing. Basically, it's all cracked at the top. It's probably structurally okay, but it just looks pretty horrendous. And while we're there, it might be worth, us and the client has agreed, disconnect the heat pump, break out the pad and install a new one. It might be the best time to do it while we're there doing the works anyway. So still a wee bit to do, but we're getting there. We are approaching the end of the project. I also went into HIS to get some hinges for some gates, and as I came out, a guy came out with his Ranger and said, how's it going? How's the new Ranger going? I'm like, fine, I've had it since December. Oh well, I've watched the videos. So someone, Mark, I believe his name was, Mark. Sorry Mark, if you're watching this, I think your name was Mark. Approached and said, I was in the pickup there and I was on the phone to someone and I said, that's that boy from YouTube. And yeah, quite a humbling experience to just, I don't know, be recognised. They do a lot of hill fencing and that sort of stuff, so they've been watching the videos, and it was, it's just quite a weird experience being recognised like that. So it is quite a small world. I just thought I'd come and share that because it was quite funny. But thank you very much for saying hello. It's really great to see that people are enjoying the videos and following along, and yeah, if you recognise me, I do not mind being approached. Depending how big the channel gets, I might regret saying that, but yeah, right now I'm very much obliged to say hello. You did say, and I quote, geez, you're a lot bigger when you're standing next to you. Camera obviously doesn't do justice. So yes, thank you, Mark, if that was what your name was. I'm sure it was Mark. Drop a comment down below. Just popped in to see the guys. Had the leaf vacuum on, loaded up all this debris. These are a nightmare to bag because they're like, really fine, but this thing makes light work of it. I wish I'd caught them in the act, but they've done it. Just striped up the garden as well. So we are back in the yard. I'm in the office just answering some emails, getting stuff organised for tomorrow. We've got 20 tonne of soil coming to the job in Tomintoul tomorrow, so that'll be there first thing in the morning. Here comes Kylie. Oh good.
Are we good. Are we off to Inchy tomorrow then?
Yeah. Okay. I'll send in photos into the chat, but basically that's the hedge, just 2 doors down from Inchlea. So it's not an established hedge. Top and sides, okay. Basically just try and bring that down to like the lower ones. Yes. Just one consistent height. It is hot, isn't it? I'm used to the weather being bad. Cool, good lad. Well, how's your first day back?
Why are you making it out like I was away for months?
For half a month.
So you know what?
Who are you again?
Yeah, do you know what? He's leaving us again next week.
I just told him.
Your job is on the line, I'm telling you. Tommy's about to fill your position.
Oh, you're cutting grass, Tommy.
Don't do it.
Scissors. Oh, right, okay, you can do that.
He's keen. Hello, it is Tuesday. We're back in the Tomintoul site. Mike and the guys have been getting going with that. We've cracked on with soil for this garden. And a delivery of 20 tonne of soil this morning. And we're needing another 20 tonne to fill the rest of that. And then also in here. So basically this was all type 1 at the very start, and we dug down to allow us to build up with enough soil for the grass to take. They've also dug out the path around here down to the sort of correct depth. This is then around the original height, and we've dug out to allow room for gravel to be retained by that board at the bottom. So a lot of this job was a bit difficult, playing around with levels that we didn't initially set. We didn't build the house, obviously. So all the levels were kind of off. This bit around here was higher than the bit around the side, etc. And we were just trying to work out what the best way of going about things is. We're going to be building up the level around here a little bit more, but we've got to be careful that we don't build it up too high, that when we come around here it's going to cause an issue, because what we don't want is the gravel being up against the fence. This is an ideal height, so that, you know, they've got privacy from the neighbours, and the neighbours have got privacy from them. So right now the lawn is higher than the bottom of the fence, but it's retained by the sleepers, but up that end it's lower, so we need to build it up. So this is all level. As you can see, as you get to that end, the ground builds up higher. So we need to build up this ground higher so that it runs level with the house. Because the house should be level. The ground's all sloping back this way, but we need to try and build it up and find a happy medium so it all kind of ties in. I don't know, I'm rambling, and I know what I'm trying to say, I probably don't make sense, but you kind of get what I mean. We're playing about with different levels here. There's fine, Tommy. Yeah. So yeah, when you're working with what someone's left you, it can sometimes be difficult. The whole property kind of slopes up towards the road. As you can see, the fence at the end there won't let me zoom in. The fence at the end there slopes up, so the whole property kind of comes down like this to the back. But if the house is level, this should theoretically all be level too, which it is. So the sleepers are all level, the fence is following the ground right enough, but should all be level. What we're going to do is put a gravel board against this fence here to retain the gravel from spilling through the bottom, and then obviously we've got the board along the bottom there to do the same on this side. This is the heat pump base that we were speaking about in the previous video, I believe. Previous installer done a poor job, and yeah, a lot of the concrete has failed on top. I'd like to think it's structurally okay. I don't want to start taking a hammer to it in case we don't replace it, but yeah, you can see it's crumbled. Yeah, it's just been a joke, to be honest. The ramp that we broke out down there wasn't much better, hence breaking it out. So just the whole quality of it wasn't that great. So we're in discussion with the client if we're going to replace this or not, or just leave it as be if it's structurally okay. But over time, if it fails, it means us coming back to do it. Is it better if we just do it now? Then of course we've got to take budget and everything else into consideration. We've been here a while now, and it would be good to push on and get this finished. But we also now need to wait for the builder to come in and do the step. So yeah, we're nearing the end of the project, but there's still a little bit to do, but we're getting there. Right, that's me just leaving the guys at Tom and Towel. Haven't really been filming much today. There hasn't been very much to film. Guys are making good progress over at Tom and Towel. I just wanted to come out and see it for myself because I hadn't been out since mid last week, I think. Oh wow, fashion chips. Better watch a figure. Oh, I'm quite hungry. So yeah, making good progress there. Just like starting trying to work out things, make it up as we kind of go along, because again, like I mentioned previously, like a broken record we are working with what we have been given with, and like every project, like every job that you come across. Kyle and Damian are at a regular customer's property, giving it a sort of winter early spring tidy. Just again spending the day there. There's a hedge to trim up, and then there's also some tidying up to do. Trying to upsell to our regular customers that we do like the sort of the grass cutting through the summer for. Trying to upsell to them as much as possible, because you know, instead of going out and looking for more customers, which we're also welcome to, it's also good to try and provide more for the customers that you already have work with, build that sort of relationship and that rapport with them. And also it's just nice to go and give these properties a tidy up and do more and look after them better, because if you're just going in to cut the grass, which some jobs are just, that's all we do, we just go in and we do the maintenance and that's it. But it is nice, always nice to try and do a bit more for the customer, help them out and get that sort of reoccurring work. It's nice to have that variety as well. Got a big sort of project on the go that keeps us busy, and then also the little jobs here and there, the cash flow jobs I like to call them, that keep things ticking over as well. So yeah, if we can try and find that sort of variety and that balance, it would be good. Got a lot to sort of figure out at the moment in terms of the season ahead and what I want to do. Obviously, as you've seen yesterday, we were looking at some office containers. That is in the pipeline as well, trying to figure out what size we want to go for, budget we can spend, getting them hooked up to electricity, etc. It's just one of these things, it's knowing what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and a lot of the time you don't have that answer. but you've just got to kind of do it anyway, I guess. I was having this conversation with a friend earlier. One of the hardest things in business is generally just making the right call. Like I say, it's knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And a lot of times you don't have that answer, so you've just got to kind of do it, make the mistake, learn from it, or it works out. Ideally, being the decision maker is one of the hardest jobs. And if you're good at that, like, you're going to go further than you probably think. Because even if you make the wrong decision, you probably learn from it and get over it quicker than the person that hums and has, you know, like me sometimes, you know, hums and has, really not sure what we do, procrastinate on it, don't take action, and then go, you know what, we'll do this. Oh, well, I should have maybe done this ages ago, because this is, you know, this worked out. It's certainly not easy, and to anyone who is looking from an outside perspective who doesn't actually run a business for that, yes, it's got its perks and its benefits and everything, and yeah, you can be a bit more flexible with things and your time. It does take a lot out of you, and not even just physically, but like mentally. Your mind is on overdrive, like, constantly, and you're constantly thinking about so many different things. And this is kind of why I'm trying to take a step back from doing the sort of work, which I am kind of missing, to be honest. I just jumped on the tools there for a little bit. I'm not really designed to be cooped up in an office all day, and that's not what I plan to do anyway, or intend to be doing. But I was in the office today and I just couldn't. It became a point where I just got too agitated. I had to go for a walk. I came back to the office. I just wasn't, you know, my body was like aching. I need to get out of the office and go and do something. But what not being on the tools is allowing me to do is have a bit more headspace to work on the business rather than in the business, because a lot of things get neglected if you're still working on the tools, because there's only so many hours in a day, and like so many hours in a day where you are mentally switched on and like have the mental capacity to go and, you know, maybe go and look at that job in the evening time, go and quote that job, go and do your admin in the evening time. Like, yes, self-employed people that are running businesses tend to work more hours in a day than most people. It's just a given. The difference is, as well, is even when you're not working, you're still thinking about work. It's hard to switch off from that, because really it's more of a lifestyle than anything. And I know that sounds a bit cliche in that, but it is. It's running a business isn't for the faint-hearted, and I'm learning that every day. You have so many highs and you have so many lows, and I get that's across life, but in general, like, one day you could be on top of the world, everything's going well, the team are performing great, you know, jobs are getting finished, payments are coming in, etc. And then, like, just a drop of a hat, you know, vans break down, something gets broken into, not broken into, well, could be, luckily for us, not really the case up here, but, you know, something goes wrong, the job goes wrong, something gets broken. It's just this never-ending repeat cycle, which does make you question why you do it sometimes. But when times get tough like that, you've just got to try and crack on with it and get your head down and grind through it, because if you let it bother you and let it get to you, and let it slow you down, yeah, that's what it's going to do. So just bear that in mind. I love what I do. I've so much ambition and ideas and plans. You're constantly fighting a battle in your own head about, how am I doing this? Is it even worth it? Is it even possible? You know, hearing sort of negativity from other people who have maybe done it before, you know, saying like you can't run a business and have staff be appreciative, and, you know, have staff want to progress, and all that sort of company culture and all that. It's all bull. And then the next person tells you that you know that it is possible, and that's what I guess I've got a sort of vision that I want this business to be, and how realistic that is, I don't know, but there's only one way to sort of find out. But you're constantly fighting that sort of imposter syndrome, and, you know, how realistic am I actually being with my ambitions. So I'm rambling on a little bit. It's been kind of one of those days. Very grateful that the weather is mild enough that we can crack on. I mean, at the rate of like this, we could get turf down. We're expecting another load of topsoil. I'm probably going to meet him on the road here. He's on his way now with that from David Ritchie's and Sons, so thank you, Ritchie's. Yeah, get the rest of the lawn filled up. Some posts to dig in tomorrow for that front fence, fill up the bed at the side, and yeah, that area is pretty much going to be ready for turf and for gravel. It's raining and I'm heading home. Don't you just love that sound? Morning! How you getting on, man? Yeah, not bad. What are you saying? Good to go.
Yeah, this is all loaded up. Do you want to just send me the address?
I'll take you up and I'll show you the crack. Yeah, let's go. Then you build. Well, just follow me up.
Cool, then we'll just shoot down and take
Yeah.
notes at the end and see.
Yeah, just get it right good tidy up.
Yeah.
And only.
DJ Reaper.
On your website.
Top bricky.
Only Bricky.
Only bricky.
Apart from Billy, mind.
Oh, aye.
God, keep
He pays your wages. Hello there. We are in Tom and Towel. It is Wednesday, the 5th of February, and it is a nice sunny day. The guys are cracking on, getting the soil shifted, post holes dug, so we can get this fence finished off. Just came with some more materials, and we're probably going to take some stuff away today as well. Kyle and Damian are over in a tidy up job for another regular client, so we've got a lot of those going on at the moment, which is good. Come see what they're doing. Maybe 15 would have been better. I mean, look how much you've got to try and lose. But all the stuff that's going in a pile ready to go, you can dig out around here, the post, just sort of scrape that out. It'll be close, but just yeah, that's fine. So you just leave it here, because we're going to need a new roll anyway. Where's ours?
I'm making you one. I'm making you one.
Kirsten, what are we making?
West Coast hot smoked salmon, eggy omelette.
That's the most chef thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Really professional.
Here's one I prepared a little earlier.
Oh my god, thank you very much. I don't know what to do really.
What did you get?
Thanks. Oh wow. It's nice. It's quite exquisite. Is that the word? Exquisite, right. Get half of this.
Broke.
Get the grip of the thing. I made it work. I made it work. Yeah. Don't insult me, I challenge you. I don't, actually don't. The same stripes to try and straighten it out.
Just once on each, yeah? Looks okay.
Okay, what a difference that means there.
Mm-hmm.
They have like 2 or 3 years lifespan, and then they. Anyway, we won't take it up. And obviously we're going on the neighbour's side as well. Hey?
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to do a tidy up of this garden. So we're starting with the conifers, which take quite a bit of time. They take a while to shape up. We won't be taking too much off of them. You can see where they've been cut to before. So yeah, just a matter of going over and over and getting the right shape and the right height. Once we've done that, we'll clean out the beds, weed, shape up the rest of the shrubs. I think that's it. We might be power washing the bricks, but I'm not sure. Ben's going to get back to us on that. So yeah, pretty straightforward little cleanup.
Troops. It is Thursday. Just taking Damian and Alex up to a job that we're starting today to show them the crack. And yeah, it is a frosty morning, but clear. Hopefully going to be a good day. Got 3 teams out today. Mike and Tommy are back to Tom and Towel. Kyle and Ed are back to the job that him and Damian had started yesterday, and obviously Damian and Alex are here today, so yeah, go and get them sorted. Cool, so the guys are all at their jobs. The day is pretty good, the weather. If we could just have days like this, it would be great. We'll just have to see what the weather does. But right now things are good. We've got a right variety of stuff on the go. Jobs are getting finished, jobs are getting started. We're slowly getting there with the Tom and Towel job. They obviously need a new ramp poured. The mornings are still pretty frosty, so we've just got to be careful when we do that. Obviously the ramp was poured poorly before, hence why breaking it out, so we obviously want to make sure this time it's done right. I'm just on my way with the plant trailer to go and pick up a micro digger that I'm hiring. The job that Damian and Alex are at just now requires a micro digger, and yeah, it's quite a small garden, limited access. So yeah, just heading through to pick that up now. Kyle and Ed should get that job wrapped up today that they are on, and hopefully they will get back and get started on another job. We've got a gate to install for a customer on a new build property. So what we need to do is we need to get the 2 gate posts wrapped with the post saver sleeves that we use. Depending on the time, we can get around there and get it dug and get the posts in. We're hopefully going to leave them in over the weekend just to let them go off, get them concreted in, and yeah, just make sure they're absolutely solid before we hang the gates. But what a day it is. The sun is shining and it makes all the difference. It is cold, it is 6 degrees, probably feels colder, but again, not complaining because we can still work, we can still keep things moving, and for that I am very grateful, because it is not a nice feeling when everything comes to a halt. We've still got bills to pay and nothing comes in. Obviously, as I'd mentioned in previous videos, we would like to possibly get another excavator. Now it's just knowing what size to go for. Realistically, if I were to have 2 diggers, it would be a micro digger and a 2.5 ton Volvo, which is what we initially want to get. I've got a 1.8 ton Volvo, so we're smack bang in the middle of that. So in a bit of a dilemma of what to actually go for, because on most of the jobs that we can get the mini digger in, you could get a bigger mini digger in, whereas the jobs that you can't get into gardens with, you need a micro digger. It's a bit annoying having to hire and, you know, go pick things up, take it back. Of course, it is probably going to be more cost effective than buying one, depending how often you're using it. It's one of those things though, the more often you have it, the more often you'll use it. Just like our digger. As soon as we got the digger, that side of the business has just kind of grown arms and legs, because even the smaller jobs that wouldn't really justify going and hiring a machine, we can now take on because we've got our own machine. But it's just being careful with what you get, because obviously you don't want machines sitting there not earning you money, especially if they're costing you money. So what route we go down, I don't know. As much as I want to keep growing the business and it's going in that direction, for the last 5-6 years I've been in growth mode, constant growth mode. With growth you lose cash because it costs money to grow, and I'm at the point now where I think if we can just, we've got fundamentally everything we need, but you always just want the sort of the next thing that makes the job slightly easier, like a bigger machine would make that job go faster and you know, you can do more with it, etc. But we can do it with what we've got and we can hire. So it's trying to figure out what the sort of answer is in that case. Do we just sit tight, work with what we've got, work on building a cushion, trying to maximise profits, get everything that we've got already as busy as it can be, get it out earning its keep. Sort of just maximise productivity for a while, for a year, and then go into the next thing. But it's so difficult because, you know, your ambition and emotions obviously get in the way of that. Like, oh, I'd quite like that machine, I'd quite like that machine. That machine would make that job easier. And then it's, you know, even just the silly things like little, like hand tools, for example, like drills, impact drivers, grinders, you know, all these stuff, they cost so much money, and to get multiples of it as well. There's been so many times and occasions that those tools have been on one job and we've needed them for another job. We have got certain duplicates of things. We've got multiple drills, stuff like that, two nail guns. Yeah, to get stuff fully kitted out, yeah, it just costs. It's just so much money. It's just, you constantly have to throw money at things. So it's, like I say, trying to rein that back. We are hopefully going to be getting a van next month. We have pretty much ordered it, and the idea with that is to have that van fully kitted out with the landscaping gear. Anything sort of hard landscaping related, tools, you know, hand tools, whacker plates, still saw, even mixer, to be honest, cement mixer. Just have a van fully kitted out with all the gear that you will need, so that when you're at the job site, you don't have to go back and get something again. Just get something more organised, start streamlining things. And yeah, the difficult thing as well with us, our vehicles are so versatile and they're not specific for any certain thing. So it's difficult to allocate vehicles to different people as well. I like the idea of someone having their own van that they look after, they have their own tools, and that's theirs. But there's so often, more than not, we are chopping and changing. Like, you jump in that van today, you jump in that van. And it's difficult because you can't really expect someone to maintain their vehicle if they're not in it all the time. You know, like, I like to take pride in this thing and look after it and clean it. But, you know, if I was in this thing and then I was in the next thing and then I was in the other van, what's the point in cleaning your van if it's not something you're in all the time? It's a bit difficult, that, trying to juggle that, especially when we've got a right variety of work as well. I don't know, I'm just unloading my problems onto you guys. I'm sure you can relate, some of you. It is certainly not easy to make decisions. But you've just got to kind of do it, I think, and go with the flow. Like I mentioned probably in this video a couple of days back, one of the hardest things in business is calling the shots, making decisions, making the right decisions, and more often than not you probably don't make the right one. I think just making a decision in general is important. So yeah, let's go through and pick up this digger. How he's getting on?
Getting there, aye.
Well, that's a difference in size, eh?
Yeah.
It's taking that fence down, eh?
Yeah, it opens it up.
Aye, no, that's fine. We'll get the digger in and we'll start shifting it. So, later on in the day now, back on site, picked up the digger. It was a bit delayed getting back here, but the guys have been cracking on. There was a dividing fence up here in front of the greenhouse to protect it, but we decided to take that down and open up the whole garden. Basically, the grass was failing, over compacted. She's got a small dog, and to be honest, grass in small areas like this never really works well because you're having such high traffic in one area. It tends to, yeah, like I say, over compact. The grass can't recover as quick, and you're putting, and especially a dog as well, with the wet weather we have here, it doesn't have a chance to dry out and it just gets torn up. So we decided to opt for a low maintenance gravel approach. So we're going to bring the machine in, peel all this turf back, and we're going to get a nice pink chip all in here. We're going to have a path coming from here to the slabs there, and then also from the door of the shed. So yeah, we'll get the digger in and start shifting some muck. Something like that, did it? It's not been running a while. It's only started this year. Well, used this year. Hi, good man. Right, after some difficulty with the digger, with a hydraulic spool left open, this pedal around the other side was stuck on, and when trying to start it up, it was drawing too much hydraulic fluid. So yeah, sorted now. We'll eventually get there. Get on, son!
I see if you left me here for a couple of days, I reckon I could probably get the whole place in.
A couple of days? I don't have that in the budget, I'm afraid. Watch. Pull it closer to you. I don't know. This is probably not the best place to practice. Closer. Oh my god. Good effort, mate. See if you stop going away on holiday.
Aye.
You'd actually get a shot of the digger. Diesel. Thank you very much. Hi Jim, you're part of the crew as well. There you go.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll bring you some change.
Did you have a good day, Michael?
I did, yes.
Good stuff. Putting up with Tommy all day.
You made that sound like a really bad thing.
Sorry, you having to put up with Michael all day.
That's tough, man.
It's hard to understand him, I know.
Cool.
Cool. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay.
Maybe worth just reversing out. Everything else, back a coffee machine.
Right, goodbye, Ben.
Bye bye.
Yeah, until you get a coffee machine.
Cool, that is the guys away for the day. To the night. For the night. We had the full team in today, which was good. 3 teams on the go. 3 jobs on the go. Making good progress. Weather was okay. It's quite cold, but it's we can crack on. Yeah, it's 10 to 6 currently. I'm in the office. And yeah, feeling pretty optimistic. Friday tomorrow. Some of the boys are coming out on Saturday for a shift. Guess we'll just see you tomorrow.
Water, high speed, posts.
Did I give you your pencil back?
It's about all
Yeah.
Did I?
the gate up.
Merry Christmas, mate.
Thanks for your faith in me.
No, I don't.
Yeah, scribble that word out.
Yeah, maybe we need that. Yeah, I haven't got that far.
What's the yellow for? You got a colour in book as well? Where's mine?
You're my head greenkeeper. Good morning. It is Friday. It is Friday and it is a cold Friday. It was about -6 degrees this morning in the yard. It is kind of warmed up now. The sun has came out. But if you're in a shaded spot, God help you, because it is cold. Mike and Tommy are at the job that myself, Damian and Alex were at yesterday. They're cracking on getting the path areas dug out for a sandstone stepping stone path. Yeah, unfortunately they've not got any sunlight round the back there. So Ed and Kyle are out at a job. They're digging in 2 fence posts for a gate, 2 gate posts should I say. Gonna let those posts go off over the weekend, let the concrete set hard, and then we can go and hang the gates next week. Damian and Alex are back in Tom and Towel to finish off the little bit of fencing that we have to do just next to the gable of the house. One of those days, cold is making things a bit difficult. You've got to kind of keep moving and just keep warm because it literally just chills to your bones. But it is not snow, so at least that's something. I myself am just back in the office and just now trying to get some things wrapped up and sent away. Coats, etc. Again, I think I'm getting work in so quickly and we're getting busy, but we're getting through the jobs kind of that quick. Apart from the long form job, Tom and Towel, we're slowly getting there with that, but the sort of one-off jobs, they only fill a day at a time, and if you've got a couple of teams out and you know, you're chasing your tail all the time, so it's important to try and keep on top of getting the quotes out, getting the jobs accepted, so we've got more of a variety to go to. We are busy, we have got jobs in the pipeline, but not all jobs are easy to just go and start. They take a bit of preparation in terms of materials and time, and once you're at the job and you've started it, you've kind of got to stay and finish it. It's just juggling all that. And if I'm out and about getting materials and doing all that sort of stuff, I tend to neglect coming and doing this. Although I can't sit in the office all day. That's just one of my... It's just not possible for me. I just can't sit here all day. I get too agitated, too distracted, I procrastinate, and I've got to go out and do something. So it's just finding the happy medium. No 2 days are the same. 1 minute I'm picking up materials, next minute I'm on the digger at the job, and then going out to the other job to show the guys what they need to do, etc. It's just you're kind of all over the place. So yeah, definitely want to try and get on top of that this year, and just try and make things a little bit more streamlined, more efficient, and more organised. It's Friday. Thank God. Come bearing gifts.
Okay, Ben's going to show us the new mattock. If you can get the rubber bit off.
Just break it off. This is how Damian digs.
There we go. Frozen out. Wonderful.
Done it the correct way is to use that. These little chips. It's not that bad.
Okay, cool. Keep going.
Hello, what's that?
We'll see. Yeah, exactly. I was waiting for that.
So, Terra Therm, if you want to sponsor the channel, Damian will gladly say nice things.
Thank you.
I like how orientated this is. What are we doing, Mike?
Well, plate was a little bigger.
Go on, tell the camera what we're doing.
Putting in stepping stone slabs and levelling out the garden because there was grass here before and it wasn't growing, so the whole garden's going to be chuckies.
Can hear tomorrow.
Pick you up tomorrow and drag you out your bed.
Apple tree. Yeah. Why is it crossed?
So throw them on there. Why go all the way? God. I'm starting to question you. It's usually Damian I start to question his. So Kyle's commandeered a new apple tree that he's gonna try and transplant.
Should be fine.
We'll see how that goes.
I'll let you know. Be making cider in a few months.
Yeah. Ed takes all of our wood. Kyle, yeah, stones and rocks. Kyle takes all of the plants. Alex just takes my energy. Damian just takes a fucking piss. Ed's about the only sound one.
18.
You're 18th, isn't it? I'm 17!
Yeah.
The audacity, like.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, gents, well, to those who, this is the Thursday. Feedback forms.
Homework?
You're not getting one. Yeah, pretty much. Like, fill out. Just give us a crack. Like.
Well, you've never done that past me.
Uncle Mike, you not told Uncle Mike?
No.
No.
Eh? Just, you'll open it up. Give me a cuddle, like. No, it's just feedback, value your opinion on what we're doing here. Just read it through, you'll see. There's basically, what I want to try and start doing is using yous. No, but like, if you're interested in a certain element of what we do, I'd rather put you to that sort of side of the business, because obviously we do quite a variety, which I get a lot of people quite enjoy. But for example, if you really like fencing, I put you out cutting grass all the time when there's fencing to be done, sort of thing. So it's just kind of working to the strengths. There's always going to be times where you're going to have to muck in and do a variety of stuff. But if there's one sort of element of the business that you want to start working on more, etc., we're trying to do that. The grass cutting season is about to kick off pretty soon. We're getting a lot more kit from Chris. They've just given me the order of what they're giving us. So we're basically getting a full van kitted out with grass cutting machinery, so it's going to have a full battery kit. So ideally I want to try and get both these beaver tails out cutting grass through the season. So we're going to have to pick up, and then obviously the landscaping as well. We've done quite a lot of it this winter, and that's kind of what's kept us going. To be honest, if we didn't have the landscaping projects, then none of us would probably have a job really, and I'd be bankrupt. But going to try and sort of split that in half. The tree side of things as well, kind of want to start getting in towards that. Tickets and everything. I know you're speaking about your digger ticket. I want to start putting you guys through. Take 2 scoops. He's like, "Oh, how'd you get a ticket for this thing?" Like,
That does look like fun, I must say.
That's a full-size digger for you, Kyle. Come on.
I can live with that.
Qualifications and progression is something I want you to have if you want it. So if you want to, get more qualified in certain areas, chainsaw tickets, I know you were keen on doing. Like I said, getting Jamie out, we need a second climber. So, you need someone who can do aerial rescue. So that sort of line of work, that's also something that can keep us going in the winter as well, if we lean into the tree side of things. So just trying to make it a bit more sustainable. And yeah, your feedback is important. So have a look, have a read. If you have a look over the weekend and fill that out, that'd be fine. I know you feel left out.
And the missing timesheets will come.
And the missing timesheets. Forgot about those.
I'll put in my feedback as well.
Yeah. We're looking at getting an office administration person this year. So I was up looking at an office that we're going to hopefully get in the yard. That'll streamline things. There's a lot of obviously about on my half as well. I'm trying to juggle, like I've probably spent half a tank of diesel today just running from job to job to job to job. Bits here and there, not having a drill, this and that. It's not your fault. It's just because we've got multiple things on the go, and it's hard to sort of delegate and have specific tools in each vehicle, and have you got the impact driver in that van, or have you got, so trying to streamline that and make it more efficient, just so it's easier for everyone, because if you're trying to get a job done and you haven't got a tool and you have to go back to the yard and get something and that, it's an absolute pain. So there's a CRM software, big change that we're looking into. It's called basically a tablet for each vehicle. It'll have everything on the tablet, your risk assessments for jobs, etc. List of what you need to do, tools you can book tools in and out of the yard, what you need, what you've got. Hopefully, as well, if you've got a job list, it'll tell you what tools you need for that day. Obviously, like I said, about coming back here at the end of the day and getting organised for the next day is going to make things a lot easier, because like I said, down at that tree surgery course thing I was at, you come into the yard and you're like a newborn baby, because it's like a new day and you're not in work mode. You know, it's early in the morning and it's hard to actually think about what you need for the day. Whereas at the end of the day here, you kind of know what you need for the next day. So it's about getting stuff loaded up. So all you have to do is come in, pick it up and go in the morning. So just little things like that. I'm just trying to get you on board with that. But I think having someone in the office would make things a lot easier. And yeah, getting things digitalised, you know, timesheets and that. I know paper is a but I don't know how to use an Excel spreadsheet, so it's something I'm starting trying to learn as well. So yeah, we've got a busy year ahead. We're hopefully going to be getting a new van next month as well, a panel van. That's going to be fully kitted out with just like landscaping gear, so like all the tools in that van. Yeah, just to make it a bit more easier. So yeah, I'm rambling on now, but you kind of get the gist of what we're achieving. So I got a team photo for the day as well. So front of the van. It's all right, Alex. You can get in it.
You're still part of the team. You're right in front.
Smile, Mike. Smile, Mike. Smile. Whoa, that's perfect. Well, to those who are not coming out tomorrow, I'll see you on Monday.
Indeed.
Ed, see you on Monday. Have a good evening.
Yep.
See you later.
Indeed. Bye-bye.
And that, ladies and gents, is another week in the life of me. For those who don't know, my name's Ben. I'm a 22-year-old and I run Morrison Lawn Landscape. This should probably be the intro, not the outro, but the idea of these vlogs is to show you the ins and outs of what it takes for me to run my business, the stuff that I am learning, the stuff that I've, you know, failed on, what's working, what's not, the wins, the losses, everything else in between. I really do hope you're taking value from these videos because they take a lot to put together. They cost me quite a lot of money and I don't grudge that for a second because the value and the feedback that I've had so far has been really good. It means a lot to hear that these videos are making a difference. People like watching them, people take stuff away from them and they're learning from them as well, because one thing I've learned in my few years in entrepreneurship, you could spend your whole life figuring out something for yourself. Why not learn from someone else who's done it and been there and doing it? So I by all means have not got it sussed. There's a lot of things that I need to learn and I'm learning, but we've came this far. We've got a good little team here that I'm very grateful to have. It's never easy, there's always ups and downs. When it's going good, and it's moments like these that I'm really grateful for. You'll have seen there that I gave the guys a feedback form to fill out over the weekend, basically just a staff appraisal. I value the opinion of the guys that work for me. I don't want this just to be a job. If they want progression in their career, I want them to have it. And I also want this to be more than just a job, a place to come and work, to socialise, expand their skills, expand their knowledge, and hopefully just enjoy. Let's be real, not everyone enjoys coming out and digging holes in freezing weather, but you've got to take the good with the bad. On days like this when it's cold, it is really quite hard to stay motivated and keep the morale high. So it's important to sort of create that sort of company culture and build a place that people want to come and work. And I as a boss feel obliged to create that place for them. I don't want this to be just my business about me making all the wins. At the end of the day, these guys are going out there and they are, yes, they're earning a wage and they're making a living, but they're also what keep things going and they keep turning out quality work and keep progressing. We all make mistakes, shit happens. It's about learning from these mistakes and not just getting upset when they happen, because nobody is perfect, and I'm learning that every day. I really feel strongly about trying to build a good business here that people want to come and work for, and that they see value and progression in their career and not just a job. So yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with that, but you get the gist. I'm not really good at the whole staff meetings. I tend to go off on a tangent, then my anxiety kicks in and I start just speaking a bit too much, and that's something that I'm learning as well. But like I say, I really value the opinion of the guys, what they think is working, what they're enjoying, and also what their ambitions are and what they want to improve on, the skills that they want to to gain. Within what we do, there's a wide variety of services, and of course we're all going to have to chip in and do our bit regardless of what it is. But if someone really likes a certain side of the business, like, you know, the landscaping, the hard landscaping, machine work, etc., why would I then go and put them into the sort of horticulture side of things, where you're maintaining gardens, pruning back, trimming hedges, etc., when what they want to do is over here? Like I say, there's going to be times when everyone's going to have to chip in, but if you enjoy what you're doing, you're going to do a much better job, and you're going to come and enjoy what you do. I don't want anyone to work for this business who just sees it as a job. You've got to want to do this sort of work. Yes, I'm fully aware not everyone wakes up in the morning and goes, yes, I'm going to work, but you have to have some sort of interest to come and work here, because it isn't just a job that you can just come and earn a wage. You've got to have a care, you've got to have attention to detail, you've got to produce a good job. If someone wants to just earn a wage, they can go and work in Tesco's. It's no disrespect to anyone working in Tesco's. Probably better off working there, to be fair. But you get the gist of what I'm trying to create here. I'd like to think we've got a good name around the area for the work that we produce, what we do. We've got a good image, we've got a good brand, and I want to uphold that, and it's trying to get that onto the team as well, and get the team on board with the vision, rather than just being me and my progression. I want everyone to be involved if they want to. So yeah, that's my rant for a Friday. Anyway, I'm freezing speaking out here. I'm about to go in the office and do a little bit of work, and I'm going to head home. It's been a long, stressful day running around like a headless chicken, but we managed to get to the end of it. We made some good progression this week, and yeah, overall not too bad of a week. So if you've made it this far, I really appreciate you watching. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Before I go, I just want to say a little shout out to Sorley McGregor. I heard that Sorley watches the videos and he enjoys watching them with his dad, so little shout out to you, wee man. I hope you're enjoying the videos, and you never know, one day you can come and work here. Work experience. Oh, and get that organised. Cheers.